And welcome back to Delfino Plaza, everyone, which is my personal favorite hub world of any 3D Mario game, by far. In general, I feel like one of the reasons that this game is so great is because it really feels lived in, whereas Mario 64 doesn't particularly. Mario Galaxy definitely doesn't. But this one is like a world all its own. Meanwhile, there are, I think, motorcycles in the distance outside. Or something. So, we're starting on the mission that we could have started last time, but I didn't because I would feel dirty if I did. Even dirtier than all the goop in this game. Which I think looks like Magic Shell. If anyone knows what Magic Shell is. Like, it's... if you don't know, it's kind of like chocolate syrup. It doesn't taste quite like that, but... it's, sort of this chocolate syrup-like substance that you put on ice cream, and then it hardens on the ice cream because the ice cream is cold. And it is very tasty. Or at least it was. I don't know if it still exists. I would like to have some more if it does still exist. But, that's what I think it kind of looks like. Or, like a chocolate-vanilla extract mix. Maybe. Or it looks like, I don't know, diarrhea. I don't think most of it does, but I think some of it does, occasionally. We'll be seeing that later in this mission. Oh, well, I missed the blue coin because of lack of depth perception. Now, one thing that I kind of admire about this game, actually, is that it manages to find a way to, for the most part, deal with the problem of depth perception in mid-air. Like, besides just having a shadow under you, you can also have, you know, a line pointing directly downwards. Such as with the hover nozzle. It's a nice way to figure out where you are in terms of space. I'm not even entirely sure if that was intentional, but it works. So I'm just gathering blue coins here, because I figure I might as well. I actually did a lot of planning for this LP ahead of time, over the course of about 2 days, so maybe that's not a lot of planning, I'm no chugga, but I tried to figure out where all the blue coins in the game are, like by looking them up and figuring out, like, what the most efficient way of getting them all would be, because of which missions they appear in, and what I determined was, like, they can all be gotten without any backtracking, which is nice. But we'll see. And by backtracking, I mean just returning to missions that you've already been in. So, yeah. Some of these I'm getting earlier than I actually planned, but that's okay. I figure if I see them, I might as well just get them ahead of time. Danger! The bridge is out! Use my hover... No. I'm not going to use your hover nozzle. I'm going to do things my own way. My own way that I did do. You're not going to flood my ears with your nonsense. That's one thing that and, like, another thing that I appreciate about this game is that... well, I guess other games do this. This is just the first game that comes to mind as far as games that do this sort of thing, is... this game has a lot of ways of going about each mission. If it gives you a platforming challenge, it gives you obvious platforms that you're supposed to use, or it tells you to do things a certain way, and yet, whoa, I just got stuck in the wall there, I don't know why. Okay then. Usually this works. Can I grab onto that ledge? No? One more time. Fine, that works. Yeah, that was funky. I don't know. Just, I like when a game gives you a very obvious way that you're supposed to do things, and yet you can do them a whole bunch of other ways. Because it makes you feel smart for doing it your own way. Or something. Oh wait, did I get that one? Hold on. Not sure if I did or not. I just completely forgot what I was doing. Have to double check. Or single check in this case, because I didn't actually do that yet. Okay. Glad I've checked. Yeah, it's easy to forget about some of the blue coins in this game, because there are just so many. I'm not even gonna do that jump again. I'm gonna do things the way that the game intended, because I forfeit. I am fit 4 times. I am Wii Fit. Ah, yes. Look at that view. Soak it up. Soak up the sunshine. Yeah, it's sunny here. Why is it not sunny in Delfino Plaza? Who even knows? But enough of that. I remember seeing some Boundary Break video where the hitbox surrounding Petey the Piranha Plant here is removed, and you can just get the Shine Sprite, because it still has the collision of a normal Shine Sprite. It's just the actual Shine. So you collect it without having to fight this boss. A bit of an unusual boss, by the way. Yeah, this is Petey the Piranha Plant, who is in a lot of games for some reason. Like, you'd think that King Bob-omb of Super Mario 64 would be, like, the iconic boss that appears in everything, but he's not. I know him only in Mario 64, Mario 64 DS, and, like, one Mario Party minigame, and that's it. Whereas Petey the Piranha Plant appears twice in this game. He appears in Mario Power Tennis, I think, Mario Kart Double Dash, and then variations of him appear in other games, like Mario Galaxy. So he's everywhere. He's everywhere and nowhere. I like how he topples over a little bit as he spins around, with his gigantic head. The biggest head I have ever seen. Now let's see if I can get stuck inside of him. Oh, nope. It is possible to get stuck inside of his body. And he turns into mush. This really has the consistency of diarrhea right here. I don't like how it looks. Alright, nope. I'm not gonna appear in the same place as the Shine this time. Oh well. That's what I like to try to do every time I play this boss, is try to appear where the Shine will be. It's just weird because it's not really exactly in the center of the room. Or at least if it is, the lighting isn't, and I always expect it to be in the middle of the light. And there's black ink over there. That was a recent discussion that my friends and I had about Splatoon, because Splatoon 2 is around the corner, and it has very obvious Mario Sunshine parallels with the flood-like paint thing. I don't know what that hovercraft is, but that's the main reason that I want to play Splatoon 2, is it seems to have a lot of obvious Mario Sunshine inspiration. But, yeah, there's that. I'm thinking back, though, we were talking about the ink in the different games, and how it's unusual that there's no black or white ink in Splatoon. Like, it's not a game that I've played, so I don't really know. I don't know what all the colors are, but apparently black and white are not any of the colors. I think that the white is obvious why that's not in the game, because you don't want a kid's game to have a lot of ink that looks like semen. But the black ink is less obvious, because black is the actual color of ink. So why would that be, like, one of the colors that they skip, even though it's not technically a color, but oh well, who cares. And we got our flood taken away. This will go unquestioned. Okay. I like this music. I like these secret stages. This one not as much as others, but these secret stages are kind of like this game's equivalent to the Bowser levels in Mario 64, which is welcome in my book, because those were some of my favorite parts of that game. And, whoa, whoops. I enjoy the very platforming-focused segments. They're not really necessary, but I like their inclusion anyway. Can I get this, please? Thank you. One thing that's nice about this game, that isn't present in Mario 64 or the Galaxy games as far as I know, is that the lives that you get in the game carry over the next time that you play the game. At least I'm pretty sure that's the case. So if you have 20 lives and you turn off the game and you turn it back on again, you still have 20 lives. It doesn't reset them to 3 or something. And I don't know why more Mario games don't do that, because it's kind of... Well, maybe they do. I don't know. It's annoying whenever you end a game with 20 lives and you have to get them all back. I think lives in games are kind of pointless anyways for the most part. Because who wants to do the same thing over and over and over again? At least that's kind of how I look at games. Like, if you're trying to accomplish the same task again and again, and there's one part that you've completely mastered, there's no reason to do that part again and again, because it's like not even a challenge at that point, it's just busy work. But that's a tangent for another day, except I already made the tangent, so it's not really a tangent for another day. So I don't know what I'm saying. So I will now address the elephant in the room. I would make a Zootopia reference, except I don't know what the elephant's name is in that movie. Can you clean that up, please? You have to aim at the middle of these graffiti piles. They're not really piles. To ensure that they get clean. Okay, one more time, please. Fine, I will just go down there. Don't make me come down there, but I'm coming down there. Yeah, the elephant in the room is that everyone and their mother has played this game. And whenever I say everyone, that includes their mothers. So, saying everyone and their mother is even more people than there actually are on Earth. Except not really. I'm trying to think, like, all the people who have played this game that I am aware of. There's Chugga Conroy, Big Dip on a Bus, Nintendo Capri Sun, Josh Jepson attacking toucans, Donna Bells. Like, just everyone on Earth has Let's Played this game, and I am fully aware of this, but I also don't particularly care, because I feel like maybe I can provide my own spin on this game, and it's a game that I love, so I am now putting my own spin on it by spinning this around. Turning it literal because it's funny. Okay, I've already gotten all these blue coins, I guess. Focusing on red coins now. But on the subject of Let's Plays of this game that already exist, there's Josh Jepson and Attacking Toucans did a Super Mario Sunshine Versus a long time ago. That was their first Versus that they ever did, and now they've made many more, and they have their own Versus channel. And, there's, there used to be video responses on YouTube, and they encouraged video responses to their first episode of the Versus. Video responses were a cool feature. I don't know why they got removed. I also don't know why the annotations are getting removed. Like, I don't know how up-to-date that will be whenever this video goes up, but annotations are getting removed by YouTube, and, well, not all the existing annotations on videos, but just the feature in general will no longer be supported. And YouTube's reason for this is it's an outdated feature. They don't even appear on mobile devices. Like, nobody uses them. But they would be used more often if, for one thing, they were easier to use. Two, if they actually did appear on mobile devices, I'm sure they could pull some strings and make that work. But they're just not going to do it, because getting rid of a feature is easier than trying to improve it. But, whatever. I don't know. It's, the video responses, people could respond to videos with their own videos. It was in a little section that appeared above the comments. And video responses were encouraged for the first episode of the Versus, so people could, like, join the race. And, I I joined the Mario race for just one 30-minute episode with my own video, and that was my first ever real attempt at Let's Playing. Like, I had all my equipment ready, and I just never had the courage to, like, actually record something, and that was my first attempt at really recording something. That was... I'm not even sure, that might have been the first time that I ever used my voice in something other than, like, an animation. I'm not entirely sure. But, either way, it was a big leap for me, and now I'm finally Let's Playing the game for real. It was not a great video, by the way. I might be able to find it again. I'm not sure if I still have it. But what I basically remember is I said spray a lot, and I got annoyed with myself for saying spray so much, so I tried to think of something else to say, and all I could come up with was pee.
Spray, spray. I need to think of something more interesting to say when I'm spraying. Okay, spray. No, dang it! Okay, what's another word I could use? Pee? No, that's terrible.
Which is, you know, my humor has not changed much. And then Attacking Toucans responded to the video saying, it's okay, my tip for Let's Playing is try not to ever stop talking, which is not advice that I completely agree with anymore, but it's still advice that helped me a lot. So I appreciate that. So, yeah, another thing that I remember talking about with that playthrough, even though it wasn't a playthrough because I only played 30 minutes of the game and no more than that, was, I remember talking about how I think Super Mario Sunshine is similar to not Mario, what am I saying? Get my words right. This game and Sonic Adventure, the first one, have a lot of odd similarities, in that they are both kind of holiday-ish games. They're both early forays into 3D for each series that they're in. They'd always say they have a holiday kind of atmosphere. I mean, Sonic Adventure's first level is a beach. I think that's enough of an indication, maybe. Wait, I already went here. Aw, crap. I've recorded this so many times that I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I guess it's okay that I'm back here again, though, because I need to get these red coins. I just forgot what I was doing. Like, I have recorded this quite a few times, and so it's hard for me to remember what I have and haven't said. Which is not the greatest problem to have with a Let's Play. But yeah, I remember talking about that, and I also remember talking about how, well, let me think. Actually, I guess I don't remember anything else that I talked about in that Let's Play that I did. I was just talking about how I think Sonic Adventure has similarities to this game, and how the biggest similarity probably is that they're both the black sheeps of their series. Kind of. Because Sonic Adventure is a game that a lot of people seem to like, but it's also a lot of people seem to prefer Sonic Adventure 2, which I definitely don't. But I don't know, Sonic Adventure's overlooked. It's, I think, a really fun game, and a lot of people don't really seem to think of it the same way. I'm not even sure if this game counts as a black sheep anymore. Because a long time ago it seemed like everyone kinda hated this game for not being quite like Mario 64. And now it's more like everyone loves this game and some people hate it because so many people love it. When it's not that great. It's objectively not as good of a game, but eh. I've talked before why I think that objectively is a really stupid word. Because it's subjective. Like, objective is a word based on fact. Good, bad, better, worse, those are all words that are based on opinion. You can't just combine the two. So yeah, I don't know what I was doing a second ago, but let's head to Petey the Piranha Plant now, again. As we see, the entire world has been covered in sludge. Just, my goodness. Yeah, I take back what I said about this game not being dirty, because it's clearly very dirty, even though this is more like mud. It's not really dirt. It's pretty mud, though. Let's see, is there a blue coin up there yet? Nope, that's in a later mission. Now, I think that this person, if you talk to them, chucks you up to that cliff, but I'ma do what I want and do this way, because it's more fun. And is there a blue coin up here? Let me check. Yeah, there is. Gotta get that now. If I can long jump, or not long jump, wall jump. No idea why that wall specifically is not wall jumpable, but okay. Let me try something else then. That doesn't work. That'll work. I kinda like how Mario can grab onto a ledge that's behind him. I don't know if most games would do that. Of course, some people have an issue with games where you can wall jump too much. Or not wall jump, you can grab onto ledges too much. I just got the two confused. I have no idea what these things are. These floating water balloon pigs. Wish they would get out of the way, though. Alright. We have made the client happy. No, we have made Petey the Piranha Plant angry. You can try to spray him in the air, but it doesn't work. As Flood will point out. Because convenient boss design. Alright, are you ready to stop moving yet? Yeah, he is. That should work. Yeah, if you clean up all the goop beforehand, this boss fight is a little easier, because you don't have to worry about slipping around everywhere and getting hurt. So if you want to prepare like that, like how in that one little mini-game in Ocarina of Time where you have to collect all the chickens for Talon, like, it's a lot easier if you just remove all of the chickens first that are already there, so that you can easily pick out the correct chickens. It's a fun little exploit. I don't tend to do that because I know where the chickens are anyways. Or the cuckoos. Fly one over the cuckoo's nest. Okay, he decided to be in roughly the same place. That's convenient for me. Has the power of wind all of a sudden. Yeah, on the subject of this game being kind of a black sheep, I remember seeing this NeoGAF thread, which I remember really hating, because it was, will you stop throwing tornadoes at me? This is not Sonic Adventure, we don't need to fly the tornado. It was this thread about how, like, the question of the thread was, what is the worst Mario level? And everyone in the freaking thread said levels from Super Mario Sunshine, which I just felt like the whole thread was full of whiners, because none of the levels that they mentioned were that bad to me. I think, like, there are levels that are more polished, but less fun. And more annoying, I think. I'm not going to say that this game is perfectly programmed by any means, but it's... like, people complain about it a bit more than I think they should. The boss fight music in this game is great. It's catchy. Generally entertaining. It's like there's a wackiness to it at the same time that it's kind of intense. Alright, Petey. That's just weak songwriting. You wrote a bad song, Petey. Really, why are you... You're gonna set off a hurricane sometime this century. Okay, let's try one more time at getting stuck in his body. Didn't work. Oh well.
I just kind of noticed the sunlight here and how he's constantly staying in the sun. Oh my goodness, why did I mess that up? How did I mess that up? How am I'm inside of him. What?
And he turns into diarrhea again. Isn't this totally diarrhea consistency? It just is. I've had diarrhea lately, I would know. It wasn't pleasant. I might still have it, I'm not entirely sure, but this is not a topic that I should be discussing anyways. Everything's all peaceful. Shine Get. I like how they referenced that in Paper Mario. The 1,000-Year Door, specifically. Wow, I've been going for 25 minutes. I didn't even realize. Well, that should be a good place to stop this video, then. Next time, more stuff.